Hey guys, welcome to our second episode of Redbeard Talk. Today we got my buddy Celso. What's the name of your company, bud?
I guess the company, I don't know, dude.
You don't know?
No, it's a CLV Boozy Mixologist. It's an LLC that I use to make pop-up events, cocktail workshops, and have the ability to work private events.
Yeah. What was like the starting thing that got you into, I guess we could just say bartending at this point, because I know that's what got you into this, but like what was your first bartending job?
Well, I've been in the restaurant industry since, I don't know, I could have been 10 years old. My mom owned a restaurant.
That's how you know when they're like 10 years old. I was working in a restaurant. That's
Washing dishes, busting tables, whatever that was there to do. And I don't know, I just kind of knew restaurants. Like, I even joined the National Guard. And when I came home, I'm like, all right, what am I going to do part-time? Went to another restaurant. At the time, I was working at Applebee's. I was 19, and I started off as a host. Mm-hmm. And it was a Friday night. The other bartender walked out on a Friday night. You know, $4 Long Island iced tea.
I'm out.
Yeah.
F you, I like you. Yeah.
And they said, hey, he can reach the top shelves. Pull him in.
Was it a female manager that said that?
Yeah.
He can reach the top shelves. Yeah.
And they said, put him back there. Let's see what he can do. And fortunately, the $4 Long Islands are simple, man. You grab these 4 bottles.
Yeah.
And then mix sour and Coke and done. That's all it was. $4 Long Islands all night, man.
I don't know if I could do a Long Island iced tea at this age.
I can't drink one, man.
It would have to be all high end booze.
I have like heartburn or something.
Yeah.
Acid reflux.
Yeah. So you started. What got you into? So right now you're doing custom cocktails. Like what really? Was there somebody that influenced you into getting into cocktails? Or was it just like being a bartender? Like what was the like aha moment? I like making cocktails.
I think it was like the idea of like bringing people together. Like you have a full bar of people, and now you're like, you can introduce other people, have a good time, like make make the best of what you have. It's I had 4 people at the bar, and they're all sitting on opposite corners. Bring them in together. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed like.
So you'd actually move them all together. Or get them to move to you?
It would like, oh, you know what? Let me shuffle down.
Okay, all right. Which is very uncommon in Berks County where I lived.
Building what is it? Not building. I guess like
camaraderie.
Yeah. Building camaraderie around people. I enjoyed that part of it, and then the cocktail part was the lady that was training me, Erin, a bodybuilder. She.
Aaron?
Like taught me how to make drinks the right way versus the Applebee's way.
Oh, the apple.
And I was like enjoying those drinks a little more.
Okay, what is the Applebee's way?
They have their specs, and it's like not true to like classics. Like, you know, they have their drinks that are a riff off of classics.
Sure.
Or they are classic drinks just with their name on them. And in a corporate restaurant, it's not like Applebee's fault. It's just corporate in general restaurant. Right. They have to follow certain specs. They can't like over serve in drinks. Like their fishbowl drinks would never be more than 3 ounces.
Okay, really?
Honestly, I don't think we went past 2.5.
A fishbowl?
Yeah, like one of the fishbowl drinks.
How many ounces is a fishbowl?
Yeah. They're big, though. They're supposed to be big. They give you the illusion of being big, right? It's like, oh, I want the Bahama Mama, but I want it in the bowl.
They're not like 32 ounces?
Yeah, I wouldn't say 32. Maybe 24 at most.
24. That's still...
Yeah, because it goes from being a 12-ounce drink to basically a double, but you're not getting double the amount of liquor. I remember I'm like, oh, so we're just dumping more juice in this?
I go somewhere where I get 5 to 6 times the amount of liquor I should.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad.
What's your go-to drink?
So where I've been going, their tequila's really cheap. I don't like the tequila. I'm not gonna say who makes it. But they do have Bluebird whiskey. So I do a whiskey and they have ginger beer.
Ginger beer. Whiskey and ginger beer?
Which is Funny, I did one weekend, I was doing ginger ale, and then the next weekend I did ginger beer, and I had way more to drink when it was a ginger beer. No hangover.
Yo, ask them to do like 2 dashes of bitters in there too.
Ooh, that's a really good idea. She's not. Dude,
No
she's
enhanced
she's not mixing them.
know.
Dude,
dashes?
it's literally like if this is the cup, it's to here with alcohol. It's bad. I'm not gonna say her name, but I call her the new Linda of Bridge Street, and she I think I made her very happy. I'll put it that way.
When
I called her that. It's a business podcast. I made her very happy calling her the Linda of Bridge Street. We use her name as a verb. I'm not going to use her name on the show. The other show I will. But.
Say as a slur or a verb?
No, we use her name like getting
Linda.
Yeah. So my girlfriend and I I'm like, yeah, I kind of Linda'd you with this drink where I poured twice the amount of alcohol I should have. But so what was like the first like inventive cocktail that you made?
Ooh, the first inventive cocktail, actually.
Like, this is mine. I made this up.
So it was when Crown Royal Apple dropped, right?
Yeah.
And, of course, Applebee's being a corporate restaurant was one of the first ones to get it. I don't know, someone wanted, like, an apple pie. Like, they were like, can you make something with apple, like to make it taste like apple pie? Make it do this. I was like, dude, I'm like 6 months into bartending Applebee's,
Right.
and people are like, you make something. I'm like, dude, no, I'm not there yet.
Like, this is Applebee's, sir.
Yeah, but I gave it a try, and it was actually a collaboration with a coworker of mine that was also working there, and we were about the same age. Like, we were both 19. Her name is Angela, and I got the bartender wedding, so shout out, thank you.
Oh, just recently?
A couple years ago.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So we were like finessing this drink. We tried with applesauce. Even like we were like grabbing the kids' applesauce side and trying to make something.
Okay.
Wasn't working out until we put like it was the Crown Royal Apple, Fireball, pineapple juice, and apple juice. It was the pineapple juice element that we were missing, and then we topped it off with Sprite and Angry Orchard
Interesting.
apple cider.
Interesting. I love
And
pineapple.
that thing slapped.
Did.
And it put people literally on the ground.
That's awesome.
I had a regular that would come in and normally drink Ketel One martinis. That's when I learned how to make a proper martini, by the way.
Okay.
It was through this couple that came in. But she wanted to try the drink, and she had like 4. And she's like, it's so sweet, it's dangerous. Like, she's like, but I feel fine. And she's like, I'm going to go use the bathroom. Gets up and just I was like, oh no.
Oh man.
And then she does get up and she's like, oh, okay, maybe they are strong. And she was fine.
Yeah.
Just gave her water after that. She just forgot how high the stools were, and she's this very short lady, and just
Right. Right. Dude, 4 drinks. Yeah. So you started bartending in, was that Berks County?
That was in Berks County.
Berks County. Now, what made you move down this way?
Down this way? Well, it was just mother-in-law moving down here and telling us like, yo, this place is
So you were with Sarah. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
She was like, this place is booming. And
How long was it? It was like 7 years ago, 8 years ago?
like almost 8, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Valerie
okay.
was just turned 1, and she's 9 now.
Like 2018, 17 or so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So she had a space for us. We moved down here and kind of just started our life in Phoenixville. But while I was in Berks County, I was working Applebee's, and I went over to an Italian pizzeria restaurant that had a bar on a separate side of the restaurant.
Right. Yeah.
Weirdly enough, on also school property, because like I could see the soccer field I grew up playing on.
Oh
in
yeah.
the back.
I remember you telling stories about that
I'm
place.
like, I don't think this is legal, dude.
That was where you got hit on by a mom, right? One of your friends' moms or something
All
like
the
that?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
good
what
night
she
if you-
admitted the things that some of the moms say about some of the players. I was like, that's weird, dude. Like, don't tell me that.
Bro, some of the things I've heard women say that are moms that are older than me about Anthony at boardroom. Who when he was he's like what 20 now?
Yeah, he's too old now for him.
Yeah, he's too old. He's aging out for the.
He's 20.
But like he was like 19, 18, and they're like the thing I would do out there. I'm like, you would do what? I'm like, he's barely legal. I'm like, your kids are the same age as him.
He still lives in a bedroom in his parents' house, not in the garage or the basement.
Yeah. I'm sure they stopped buying him shirts.
He's already skipping. So I don't know if you know this, but like in restaurant lore, it's called restaurant lore, right?
Restaurant lore.
I don't know. So you go from like working as a server into bartending, then you get into like maybe some bar supervisor, bar management, and then you go back to bartending and then become a real estate agent and you bartend on the weekend.
Right, yeah.
Anthony just got his like real estate license.
Really?
So he skipped. He went, so I don't know if I told you how I met Anthony. I was the only bartender at Boardroom as we were opening up.
Yeah, I remember.
Patrick was like, I'll jump in if I have to. Mark
I remember,
trained, But I'm like, no, dude, you need 2 people back here at all times, one on service, one on people, especially on your grand opening.
Yeah, you don't want anything to slip through the cracks during grand opening.
So he grabs Anthony, who's a busser, and he's like, here's your bar back. And I was like, yeah, I don't need a bar back. So I trained him. I was like, you're going to start making drinks today, and like gave him a quick crash course. And then throughout the shift, he was doing well. I did service bar. He got people, but like as I'm doing service bar, he'd be like, how do I make this? And I'm like, this, and that. And he would like clock that in and make it, you know.
So he was retaining it right away.
He was retaining all that. And now look at him, you know.
Hey, that guy's a beast.
Yeah. He's 20 years old.
Making you drinks now.
Yeah.
I went up and I'm like, give me that Celso like cocktail that you made us like that one night that I barely remember. He's like, I got you, bud.
Yeah, he probably just made you something random.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
No, he had, it was strong to keep. It was something that I loved.
Was it the Selzerac?
It was like a lot of tequila in a glass. And, like, maybe some fresh lime, some club, and maybe, like, a little bit of, like, a juice or something like that.
Salt. Was it salt? Was it the ranch waters?
No, this was, like, he made it right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. It was around your birthday. I went in to get you a drink, and I was like, well, I don't know what Celso's drinking. He's like, I got you. Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, make that 2 of those. I think I tasted yours, so I was like, give me another one of these.
Yeah. He's really
He
good.
needs 2.
He's really good, and no, he went straight into real estate.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Is he doing?
He's still working right now. Like I think he's still. I guess he's like his dad owns a real estate company or works for one, so
Okay.
he has an in already. But I'm not sure, man. He's not really giving us like, is he still gonna work here, do houses on the side, or what? But I'm happy for him. You know.
I hope he does it full time. Every time I've seen guys that go in it like, oh, I'm working part time as a real estate agent. It's kind of like you got to, like I knew a guy that worked part time and then he like finally quit his job and went full time, and he was hurting money wise for like, I think he had himself in a spot where he like, I think he was back at home for a little bit where he had some cushion, but like it does take, you got to do it full time. I mean, if you want to buy your house from somebody that does it on the weekends, you know, like it's one of those jobs where it's somebody that's a bartender or they are a caddy or like they do something like that and then they go like, I can't be living like this, and they start doing real estate. Yeah,
I told him, I was like, hey man, look, like keep 1 shift a week or something because you're gonna find people at the bar looking for houses all the time.
That's
and then you could be like, oh, I so happen to also sell houses.
yeah, or you'll start having people that work with you be like, oh, Anthony's a real estate agent. That's what, like, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, very happy for him, very proud of him. But yeah,
he's also, how much muscle has he put on in the last like year? He's like twice the size he used to be.
Yeah, he's got to be studied.
Oh yeah, he's bumped up like 3 shirt sizes. I could have given him like a sunblind medium T-shirt a year ago. Now he's almost at like an extra large. He's a hefty boy.
Yeah. So on top of being a bartender and a real estate agent, I love that we're just glazing this dude right now.
Yeah,
on a podcast about.
I'll never have him on here unless he does really well with real estate or is in a viral video.
Yeah, he does. He also competes in like bodybuilding and like I think like 2 months ago he still held on to a record of like weighted dips in Pennsylvania.
Really?
And that just recently got stripped from him, but
Somebody beat him?
Yeah.
Okay. Stripped sounds like you got in trouble and they removed it.
No, I guess. All right, so
I just watched Blades of Glory, so I'm like,
beat off of his record.
He got beat off. Good for him. Good for him. That's funny. That's cool. Yeah, I mean the guy's not even 21 yet. That's cool.
Yeah, no, he's doing a lot. Good for him. But I think before that, I was saying that I was like in Berks County working all that, the Italian bar where we talked to some of the moms from the school.
Just some.
Saw a lot of my teachers grading papers after school. That was crazy.
Drinking and reading?
I'm like, this is how you showed up every day? This is why we watch movies sometimes? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. You learned which ones were alcoholics.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say alcoholic. They weren't there every night. It would be like, probably be around midterms and finals. Like, It would be in there like,
dude, if I were a teacher nowadays, I would definitely be an alcoholic dealing with kids.
Probably. I mean, the way these kids talk to some teachers nowadays.
The way they talk to their parents, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I see the way they talk to kids. I'm like, buddy, I would have a divot in the back of my head for talking to my dad like that. He would have whopped my ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Closest thing about nearby would have been grabbed and tossed at me.
Yeah. That's why you see the kids that come from like the first generation Americans. Mm-hmm. Their parents are from like off the boat or from another country. That chocolate comes up. They're really well behaved. They don't run their mouths.
Yeah, it's what is it? Belt to ass. Wooden spoon, whatever's in reach.
Yeah, yeah. There were a lot of kitchen utensils.
Yeah, my mom would be like fed up with my stuff, and she'd be like, "Just go find me something to hit you with." I'm like, damn, I gotta choose.
That's how you know they're. And you gotta pick something good, or else they just keep making you grow.
No, if you pick something soft, she would like, oh hell no, like all hell would break loose. Like, but then like. I would try to push boundaries, like, oh, what if I grab, like, the craziest thing here, Right. That's how I got out of a beating, because you'd be like, are you nuts? Like, this would kill you. It'd be like the knife.
Nunchucks. I don't know where I got these, but.
Oh, yeah.
So you moved here, you started in Phoenixville. What was the first bartending job you had here in town?
I think in town, first bartending job was Collegeville, actually. I was driving to Collegeville. It was the Margaritas that was there.
Yeah.
Crazy enough, I went from working in an Italian restaurant named Margaritas to now a Mexican restaurant named Margaritas. And I'm about to sneeze.
So they're now a what are they? They're
now a Plaza Steak. I think Margaritas only has one location open right now.
You said your cousin owns that Plaza? I thought you told me like somebody.
I had a cousin that managed one in Allentown.
Okay, I thought
around COVID, I helped him out.
Gotcha.
He had no staff. It was literally like when COVID was like you're allowed to open indoors now, but you're still like no bar seating whatsoever for a while.
Yeah.
And so he like struggled to have bartenders. He had servings. Dude, my whole family was working there. A bunch of my cousins and like cousins' girlfriends and stuff.
Yeah.
We're all working there.
Yeah,
like helping him like get this started, and it's like waiting for people to apply, or some people that live closer to like transfer over.
Yeah, when my dad had a pizza peddler in Westchester, I think 2 of my aunts worked for us. My Aunt Mary Lou's daughter Jessie worked for us. Like all my siblings worked. Like it was like it was 12 Eccles family like people in that between the kitchen and serving. Yeah. I get it. It's.
Yeah, you help out where you can as I was coming from Phoenixville to was it Lehigh Valley or Allentown? Whatever that area is. It used to be a Tilted Kilt, I guess, or something like that.
Okay.
Like the place they got in, and so it came with. It was the only Plaza Steca, or is the only Plaza Steca that has like the cups that fill from the bottom for draft beer.
Oh.
And that was like an investment from the last bar that was there, so he kind of like came into a good spot,
I don't think I've ever had a beer like that. No.
So it's supposed to prevent like, like sometimes you're tapping from the top and it's like super foamy.
Yeah.
You're spilling and dumping.
Yeah.
It's supposed to prevent all that. So you're getting the most out of your keg, which means most profit,
Okay. All right,
Those
interesting.
are pretty cool systems, and I wouldn't be surprised if they started taking over. You know, because they even make disposable cups that fill from
Really?
the bottom. It's insane. Yeah.
Huh? I've
Pitchers
never
for-
been to a
we
place
have
that does that.
Pitchers that fill from the bottom.
Really? That's interesting. I'm surprised none of these. Surprised like Sly Fox doesn't. It must be expensive.
It's expensive. Absolutely.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's already expensive to install lines, and especially if you're running them through the floors, and
Right.
so they're not exposed.
Right.
Yeah.
So you went from margaritas in Collegeville, and then how'd you make your way into town here? Who'd you-
Bistro was hiring. They were
Bistro.
remodeling. Remember Old Bistro remodeling at the time? They were looking for new staff.
My friend Rula, who I don't know if you know Rula, she's from Iraq. She grew up here after she moved from Iraq, and she texted me. She's like, I think they're removing the roof, and like I'm like, that's crazy, Rula. That's a little insane. And then I'm walking by, I'm like, damn it, they did remove the roof. I'm like, they're putting a bus in there? Like,
Yeah.
They spent
The beer garden, yeah.
They spent like $1.3 million on that renovation.
I think the owner's family they had a bar in Berks County actually.
Did they?
I think they sold it to help fund this project.
Do you know what bar it was?
Can't remember the name of it honestly, but
Interesting.
I think they sold that bar to help fund that because they obviously believed in it. And look
Yeah.
at it now.
Well,
oh my god.
Bars in Berks County compared to here is like a different country.
Yeah.
It's just even the way like people like you said, like you got people to start interacting with people and sitting here. I lived with a girl when I was in Berks County, and she went to Molly's, or she was working at Molly's for like a minute. She was getting fired from every job, and she was like shocked that the people at the bar started talking to each other, and then they went bar hopping to another bar together. She's like, that never happens in Berks County. I'm like, yeah, because you guys are all dicks. Like, yeah, it's very.
Maybe I guess.
They're like, they'd be like, did you go to Daniel Boone? I'd be like, no. And they're like, okay. And they were just like, no conversation. Oh, you didn't go to Boone? Cool, we can't talk to you. Like, cool. It was so like, yeah, it's a very different society there compared to here.
Well, last Saturday I was setting up outside the street bar for boardroom, and in the midst of like setting up, this lady walks by and she's like, "Hey, is this common here? You guys close the streets down like every weekend, this and that?" Like she was trying to get information.
Right.
I told her about it, so of course I'm knowing like she's obviously from out of town. So I'm
Right.
like, "Can I ask where you're from?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm from Reading." And I'm like, "Oh," I was like, "Okay, I went to Muhlenberg,
Right.
Lauderdale." So I grew up out that way. I know where
Right.
you're from. And then, like, it's just like conversation just rolled naturally, and we were talking about it. And I don't know. I thought that was a nice interaction.
Yeah. It's I want to say it's like that Berks County, like around Birdsboro and Douglasville. It's just this very weird.
Bro,
The
Douglasville.
Daniel Boone people, and I've heard this from everyone around there. Like even the people that like are from like Reading area, like. What's up with those people in Birds? Like they all know how weird that Berks County. It's just it's like, oh, you didn't go here? All right, we don't have anything to talk about.
I think I've only ever played soccer in Birdsboro.
Did you?
Like a league that was there.
You guys beat them?
It was a league. I beat some of the teams. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
It was like every Sunday. We showed up at the one field. I think it was Birdsboro.
I know a field you're talking about. Yeah, it's going towards like French Creek Park. Yeah.
You know what, dude? I thought Turkey Hill was a Pennsylvania thing in general. I guess it's just mainly Berks County too.
Yeah.
Like I don't see a single Turkey Hill out here in Chester.
There's none in Chester County, really.
And then Sheets is big.
There's a couple in Chester, but not a lot.
Like I love Sheets, man.
Sheets is a mid Pennsylvania. Like apparently Sheets and Wawa had the original owners kind of had like a gentleman's agreement that they would never really like be in the same townships, never really.
Oh, there was a Wawa and a Sheets right in Florida.
This was a while. This was I forget which one broke that. Comment in the comments if you know who broke that first, whether it was Wawa or Sheets. But Sheets was the first to start serving alcohol.
Yeah, they
Pennsylvania.
built the little cafes and their thing.
Yeah,
That's like the rule to sell alcohol is you have to have like a drinking area,
Yeah.
essentially, like tables to sit at and stuff. That's why you go to the Giant and you go to the beer place. There's like just these random ass.
Yeah, they're just like you
No
only
one's ever there.
you only see crazy people sitting there. It's always crazy people.
Okay, I've never seen anyone sit there. Those things have dust on them, you know.
I have. It's either the alcoholic like ex-wife that's like not allowed at home at the moment, or it's some crazy
Got
person
kicked
off
out
the
of
street.
all the bars.
Yeah.
She has to come drink at the Giant.
Jenny from the block. Yeah. Yeah. So I went to the first Sheets that was serving alcohol. It was at a college, Shippensburg. That was where like the first their beta test of selling alcohol on a right next to the college campus. It was the middle of summer and it was insane there. It was like they're like they got alcohol at Sheets now. I mean that's where people. That's what, if you go out to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
If you find any Wawa or any Sheets, that's a big Sheets are all big parking lots. That's where the kids hang out. That's like because there's nothing else to do in those towns.
Yeah, I guess not.
So they all pull up their hoopties and they get their like iced tea or coffee, whatever they're into, and they all just go back and forth yelling at each other in the parking lot. Yeah. It's like Greece, but
Yeah. Oh my god.
yeah, but Berks County.
Yeah, the Sheets by my house that I grew up on, you know, you walk from school, you hit that Sheets up. They got their beer license or whatever, beer and wine. They can do beer and wine. And I remember I was just like visiting in town. It was like 3 a.m. I was getting something to eat, heading home, all the way to like Phoenixville. And a guy that like barely spoke any English had like 2 cases or like 2 12-packs of beer on him, going to the register, and they're like, yo, we can't sell that after 2. Yeah, I guess they like stopped selling it after some time, and then he's like just putting the money down, and he's just like, we can't sell that, and then the guy's like, shh, like he's drunk as dude. He's like, barely holding on, and he's like trying to buy this, and I'm like, bro, I was like, I need to get out of here.
Like, bro, they're gonna take you home in a
Like
cop
the
car.
dude's like yelling at him, like, we can't sell you, like, dude. It was like this is gonna get heated.
Yeah,
You know.
I've seen that happen where I use my kitchen Spanish to like tranquilo way,
When the guy's
tranquilo.
It's like I can't serve them.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I'm like policio, ¿tú quieres policio? I'm like, you want the cops? Keep yelling. So you started at a bistro, and then what was the first like?
Well, at Bistro I was only a server,
Okay,
and then what was it? I was like working Valley Forge Trattoria as a bartender. I was doing I was actually bartending. Like I was going to Reading like for 2 days a week bartending out there.
how are you?
At another dive bar.
What were you doing when they offered you the position at Soundbank? Where were you at before?
I think I was working Bistro.
Were you at Bistro?
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, I was at North Italia actually. I forgot I worked in King of Prussia too. I was in North Italia. Stopped working there because like my schedule wasn't working out for them, which I get because I was also working Bistro as a server. So I just like worked more as a server at Bistro. But then Sarah was like, "Hey, like she knows the one bar manager that was there at the time,
Gotcha.
Brian, and that he posted that they were hiring bartenders." And I'm like, "Sign me up! Like I'll do it."
He's still at Rivet, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went there, and it was like the night, like my first day. It was a training day, but it was the night of their like Battle of the Blues, which was apparently like the biggest night for them. And I'm like, what is going on here?
How many people were? Was it actually
It was
fact?
packed in there.
Okay.
But like the owner liked that I was like like I was like adapting to everything. Like, you know, I'm like, it was my first day, and you know, I'm listening to
I
Brian.
think I was there for it.
You may have, I don't know.
I was there.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss Soundbank, and this I've heard this from a couple of my friends, like Kevin. I've heard it from a couple of people. They're just like, man, like Soundbank was like my home hangout. Like
I was just getting into Dungeons and Dragons, and I hate that. Like that was like the place where I built like it was a game night Tuesday.
Yeah.
It was karaoke and game night, so I'd be playing Dungeons and Dragons while karaoke's happening.
Yeah.
And bartending.
Yeah.
And I miss it for that reason, and I also miss it for the people I worked with. But yes, it was the vibe, the general, like, I got to like hear more music, you know. Like,
Yeah.
You listen to the same things you put on your Spotify, but when you're there, like, because the owner would sometimes put the music on Spotify. He'd put like whatever like band we had playing tonight. He would put the same genre that they were on
Right.
that day.
Yeah.
Or like I said, we just have all these bands coming in from all over the place. It wasn't
Right.
just local, but
Right.
kind of like opened your ears up a bit, and
Yeah.
I don't know, felt more culture.
See, you did something with a sound bank that, and one of my big business lessons were when I was growing up, and my dad's a chiropractor by background, and he bought a pizza shop in Westchester. He went from he shattered his wrist in a car accident, so he stopped practicing, and then he was speaking at chiropractic colleges, and then he took his money from his lawsuit and bought from a client a pizza shop, guy's house and the pizza shop. But one of the things I remember my dad saying was, I forget what it was. I think I was getting frustrated as I was working in management in the front of the counter at the shop, and he comped a cheesesteak off of this guy's order, and the guy said everything was okay. He goes, what was wrong? The cheesesteak was a little whatever it was. Dad took it right off the bill. The guy was like, no. I was like, nope, I'm taking it off the bill.
Did he eat it?
Yeah, but I said to my dad, why'd you? He goes, listen. He goes, every client that comes in here is a minimum of. He goes, let's say they come in here once a week, twice a week. Sometimes they bring their whole family. If they work around here, they come in for lunch. They bring somebody from work. Then they come. Sometimes they'll go home. Then bring their whole family here. Mm-hmm. He goes, each customer's worth at least $3,000 a year for me. He goes, I'm gonna piss him off, and he's gonna not say anything to me, and not come back because he wasn't happy with the cheesesteak. He goes, so I eat $10. He goes, but I'm making $5,000. He goes, and then he said, any of the other places around here, like, do we have the best cheesesteak? I'm like, it's good. He's like, we don't have the best cheesesteak. We don't have the best pizza. We don't have the best burgers. We have good quality stuff. It's good. He goes, why are people coming back here? The experience. And I feel like that's something I've seen you do over the last couple of years is you very much took Soundbank's idea of it being a venue, not just a bar. Like Chris didn't want to be a bar.
Yeah,
he didn't want to do food, and I get it. Like my dad's quote is, "You don't own a restaurant; it owns you." Mm-hmm. I say that to the pizza shop owners, and they almost like I can feel their heart palpitating. They're like, "Oh my, yeah." And I feel like what you've really done is you're not just a bartender. You don't just make cocktails, but you make an experience out of the event. And that's why I saw you do a sound bank, and you heard it. You're like, when people were like, you weren't here last week. All I had was so and so to serve me. Like, you heard it.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, and that's the cool thing I was saying about the pop-ups you do here.
I got a call the one day.
Ooh.
While I was wrapping up from a pop-up.
Okay.
Lady calls me, and I see I missed the call. I call her back. I'm like, this is weird for them to call me.
Right.
Know? I call them back, and I'm
Late at
like,
night,
yo, what's up? And they're like drunk. Like, they're drunk, and they're like, where were you tonight? I'm like, what? I was like, I had my pop-up tonight. They're like, well, we went to the boardroom, and we ordered our favorite drink, and it wasn't made right. And we thought maybe we'd give it another try, and it still wasn't made right. And then we went to another bartender, and they still didn't make it right. And I'm like, so you got drunk off like you still drank them, right? And they're like, well, yeah. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you.
I've heard all my friends say that about like every place you've worked at. They're like, try getting that one drink that I love that Celso makes, and nope, it was not the same. Like, what's the one where you put the tahini in? Like it's a tequila drink, tahini and like juice and.
Is it the guava or the mango one?
Either one. Like it's
the one I'm talking specifically is a mango drink, which isn't even my drink. It's Pat's drink. When I came into the boardroom, Pat already had this drink. It was a mango martini, and it was because we didn't have tequila at the time. It was just vodka, mango juice, lime juice, simple syrup, and actually it was Tabasco sauce.
Really?
And we kept that recipe true to its nature. I didn't mess with that. It's his drink. But once we got tequila, and I was swapping out for tequila for like when I was drinking,
Right.
I liked it a lot. Surprisingly, like those little 2 dashes of Tabasco. Now apparently no one else makes it right.
Yeah,
The drink's off the menu.
I completely believe that.
I tell people, I'm like, dude, it's like I tell them the recipe. Like I told all the bartenders, this is how I make it. This is how it was made. Before y'all came
Right.
on, this is how it was made. And again, I didn't change anything. And then somehow it's just not being made right.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe you're not shaking it hard enough. I don't know.
Oh,
Sometimes I think the shake is what's doing it. Because I'll even see someone make the drink, and I'm like, okay, you did everything right. Now shake the drink. And it'll be like, done. And I'm like, all right, that's what it is. That's what it has to be. It's the dilution process.
really? It's the dilution process.
Maybe. I don't know.
Interesting. No,
Anthony, you like Anthony's drinks, right?
Anthony, yes.
See how he shakes those.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
Acts like he has a shake weight in his freaking
He's
hand, dude.
yo, his arms are like huge now. Huge. Okay. Yeah, I've had so many of my friends complain to me
Say it more.
at all the places you've worked at where they're like, I went there, Celso wasn't work. They look at me like I have something to do. Like, Celso wasn't there. Okay.
Did you have a show this weekend? Did he go to it?
Yeah. They're like so mad. And they're like, the drink didn't even taste the same. Like, I'm like, I don't work. I don't. Okay, man, I get it. Celso. But so you moved from Soundbank. Did you go to Boardroom right after Soundbank?
I was like holding it down at Mansion House at the time.
That's right, Mansion House.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, nothing. So we have this place in town. It used to be the Pick, the holy place. It was. I would say it was kind of like the dive bar of Phoenixville. Phoenixville. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing like a Berks County dive bar or even like a dive bar outside town.
Yo, the VFW slaps, dude.
It was cheap. They had live music, horrible sound, room for sound, but it was a place to hang out. And they ended up. I don't know why they
They even had all the dollar bills on the wall and everything. Like,
yeah,
this place.
Tits Out for Harambe was one. Dicks Out for Harambe. I probably have to filter all that, but but I think they closed during the pandemic, or was it during? Oh, they closed from was it the flooding?
No, I think
I think
they didn't reopen after the pandemic.
yeah. I think that
I think the guy was making business deals already while it was happening.
yeah.
And then the brewery that
Right,
was
there was a guy that came in and put a ton of money into it, redid it, and then it got flooded from Hurricane Ida.
and then
I think he just kind of dipped out.
it was still Mansion House. So
Oh, it was okay.
it was just going to be a brewery, but then the brewer owner or whatever found a business partner. Excuse me, sorry. He found a business partner that wanted to open a bar with him, so like the brewery people stayed on.
Okay.
Let this guy invest in.
Okay.
But instead of being a brewery, they called it Mansion House.
Gotcha.
You know.
That was.
Yeah, I had a hard time.
I should have filmed a. Do you want to destroy your business in 6 months? Follow me as I go to Mansion House every night. It was was bad. That girl that was managing.
Look, you guys say like all these things are bad, but like any time I was there working, I was like walking out with $200. I'm like, yo, this is not a bad time.
I
Like,
had
what is
people.
going on?
People are like, I will only go there if Celso's working. Dude, it was.
You saw I was out in the outside bar, so whatever was happening inside, I'm like, that's all that.
Mansion House was the really cute Indian chick, right? That was manager. Was that Mansion
I
House?
think she was the manager. Yep.
Yeah, she was a gorgeous girl. She was just the worst employee I've ever seen at a restaurant. Everything she did was like something from you wanna make your business like die in 2 months. Watch her go. It was
Jesus,
dude. It was. I watched her interaction with like Sarah Sheeler, who tips like 100% after 3 drinks. Sarah Sheeler threw the money at her and gave her the C word and walked away. Like, she was the worst. It was one of the worst situations I've ever seen in a restaurant. It was so bad. I was in shock. I didn't film because I was in shock at what I was watching. I was like, this is real? It was bad. It was bad. It was like every time I saw her too. It was I know somebody that owns a restaurant outside of town. He used to own the breakfast one here in town, and then he has one out in Pottstown as well. It's a Stonehouse, Billy.
Yeah. Okay.
So he brought his staff there because he's like he supports all the local businesses.
Yeah.
They'll do a night out. They're not a bar, so it was like a Friday night. He's got like 12 of his staff coming in. It was 9:30. They come in. This manager who's bartending goes, "We close in an hour and a half, just so you know," and walks away.
An hour and a half? Like, why do you need to warn people?
And he's like, they're like, "So, can we get drinks?" And she just walks away. Finally, 10 minutes later, what can I get you? And they're like, and she's still completely, just so you know, we're closing in an hour and 20 minutes. Like, oh, okay.
Is that like last call now? Like,
dude, I don't think he tipped. Like, people that worked in the restaurant business that always tip like 30-40% are like, I can't tip her. Like, I physically can't. What I'm doing if I tip her is I'm telling her her performance was good, and they're like, in no way does my body let me do. It was that bad, and like everybody was like, no, they couldn't believe. They're like, no wonder this place is dead. It was it was like 9:30 on a Friday night. I think
it was dead.
There was karaoke going on.
Yeah, I thought it was dead because the lines didn't work half the time. The fridges would just stop working.
Yep.
It was just like things like, so I would come in and I'm like, damn, I don't have lime juice. I don't have any of this. Like,
yeah.
And they had a cocktail menu and I'm like, I can't make any of this. Yeah. I'm like, there's no mixers.
I came in one time and the owner had his like St. Bernard in there. I'm like, okay.
All right. So that was the one problem I had. And he's like, no, it's okay. But I'm like, dude, if the health inspector came in here, he'd shut this down right now.
Health inspector, you got customers. It's a huge
the problem was this dog was like literally going up to people's tables and snatching food off their plate. And I'm like, that's a problem, dude. And he's like, oh no, it's fine. I'm like, dude, I'm about to comp these people's check. Like, I don't care. Like, this is insane, dude.
I should have just set up secret cameras and just and released the show, because I knew they were only gonna last, like, they only last what, 7 months.
I have no idea. I wasn't even there that long. I was there.
No one was
for their last legs.
Yeah.
I actually because I went over to boardroom.
I think I sent you there. They asked for a bartender. I'm like, the only guy that's gonna help you is you were looking at the point. They were.
Yeah. But they had their manager and they were afraid to like. Maybe you shouldn't be the manager, and
bro.
They were afraid of her.
They were afraid of this chick that was horrible, and they had like business owners.
Yeah.
Like I think I talked to like 2 other people. Beth from City Council wrote on her ticket, "You don't deserve to work in the food industry. This is the worst." Like, gave her 0 tip, and then the girl found her online and bitched Beth out.
I saw. She sent me. She
was like,
showed me that.
I couldn't believe what I was experiencing. It was the fact, and the owners were scared to get rid of her.
Yeah,
they were so like, this manager was poisoning their business daily.
It wasn't just the manager's fault.
Yeah, wow.
It was also the business partner they got tacked on. Apparently, he just wasn't there. Like, he was supposed to be the hands-on owner, and he was like too busy doing other things. I think he competed in bodybuilding too. He also had like a construction company that he was running. So he just wasn't there running it. So they kind of just like.
I texted him. I was like, I know you don't know me from anybody. I was like, but you can you can put my name around town with business owners. I go, she's killing your business. I go, I come from a restaurant background. My family owned 3 restaurants. I owned 1. I'm like, if you want to stay open, I was like, get rid of her. And I think I know a couple of their business owners said the same thing, and they were all like, they were just scared to get rid of her. Mm-hmm. They're like, well, she knows this, and I'm like, she doesn't know anything that's keeping you going, guys.
No, but I made the jump to boardroom because boredom gave me the opportunity to be the bar manager, create a menu,
Yeah.
do everything I wanted to do for Mansion House, but wasn't
Yeah.
able to.
And Pat was making when he took that, he was making moves. Like he really made some in a town where I see businesses come and go pretty fast. He really he knew, okay, like Celso has really helped a lot of other restaurants. Like he definitely made some power moves to push that.
He kind of it's almost like he was getting the Avengers to assemble. He was once he bought the business, he ran it for a year as Paloma's while he was working on getting the chef he wanted.
Yeah.
From whatever he was at, I think Chef George was at Bertramville Cafe prior to that. And Tony was holding it down at Paloma's. Mm-hmm. He was like the head chef there for Paloma's, holding it down for Pat. Endless nights there from open to close. He was the only guy there. Oh, and I think he had help every now and then. Right. But they bring George on to be the chef, and now I guess they're both chefing it out in the kitchen, and brought me on to start the bar program, and then he kept some of the staff from Paloma's that wanted to stay on obviously he had no problem with anyone that was
right.
But he's creating his brand, and he got more involved with the distillery that we partnered up with. Instead of leaving them in the back,
Boardroom.
Yeah.
Okay. And they just have one location in Lansdale.
I mean, they have one distillery, yeah.
One distillery.
Lansdale,
okay,
but
gotcha.
they have 6 other restaurants.
Do they? Okay.
Partnered up with the same way they did with us.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And we're apparently their number one, and they want Pat to do this again. Somewhere else now, but yeah, Pat really put a good team together, and the team's just getting stronger and stronger with all the like in the beginning it was just me and Anthony behind the bar, and then Kurt was on Sundays, and we were like, we need more, Are we going to train from within or hire other people? And I think come January we just hired. That's when we got Jordan, Andy Andy from PJ's jumped on, but we all know what happened.
Oh, I don't know.
Actually, Andy was working. Yeah, he was working at PJ's. R.I.P. I guess. I don't know. He was working at PJ's and Boardroom at the time, and then he made the jump to be Boardroom full time.
Did he get a lot of shit?
I don't know if he did or not. He may have, but then
he was way ahead of the curve. I don't think
the owner didn't give, or the manager didn't give him shit. And it's that's when something's up. And then they closed
that manager
3 weeks.
That manager was making a lot of money under the table, the back door. 3
weeks later they closed. Yeah.
That's the thing is he might have heard something. Who knows?
Well, he's a manager owner technically. So,
well, I mean, Andy. I mean, getting out before PJ's closed was
he didn't see that coming either.
So that was good luck. That was real because
that's what happened with Mansion House. So I left Mansion House, and then 2 weeks
it was
later, the owner calls me. And he's like, hey, we're not continuing. I was like, did you not hear I quit? He calls me. He's like, hey, just so you know, not opening up today, so you don't have to come in for your shift. And I'm like, my shift? I'm like, I just went with the
That's how
okay, but
that's how absent that owner was. So he had no clue.
I think I was on that was my 3rd week of not being there.
Yeah.
So we hired Lauren from Root Down to come over, and I taught her how to make drinks, and she was the one taking over my spot. Right. I didn't just leave him high and dry. I knew I was leaving. I'm like, look, I'm getting recruited by freaking, Nick Fury of Boardroom, and
yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to be leaving this place. So, instead of leaving them high and dry, I just pulled someone over that wanted to work and trained them. And then I left. And then, 3 weeks later, they're like, hey, we're not opening. You don't have to come in. I'm like, I didn't plan on it. All right.
Right. I definitely want to have Pat on because I lived in Berks County before I moved. I moved here in 2019, right before the pandemic. And, I've watched this town because I got divorced in 2015, so I started hanging out here a lot more because I had friends from high school, friends from college here, and friends from the music scene, and then I met some people from like being in the band that were from here because half my band lived here. So I've watched this town really develop. And one of the things I really want to talk to Pat about was like what conscious decisions he made, because I've watched that building and I've seen this
be like 4 other entities. Yeah.
I've seen this happen in other towns where like some buildings are just like it's almost like a no-fly zone for traffic in town. Like where the Phoenix breakfast place is next to Bluebird.
Mm-hmm. Phoenixville Cafe.
Phoenixville Cafe.
Yeah.
Great brunch place, but everything that's been there before that, like Van Horn's was really good.
Yeah.
But I call it like the Harry Potter building. Like, you know, when they went to the one apartment and they like did a spell and then all of a sudden like it starts and appearing. It's that building. There are certain buildings that are almost like that where like you don't have the foot traffic going in and out and it washes from your mind because Bluebird's got traffic all the time. And they're literally right next door to it. And you watch it and you're just like, all right, I'm going there. But you never see it's I want to know like, did he sit down and have a plan? Like I've never seen anybody really overcome that like that weird dysphoria of like people just don't see your place. And he really did it very well. Also, Pat worked here in town for I don't know how many years before he bought that.
Yeah.
So I mean that's definitely part of it. But I would definitely like to pick his brain about the conscious business decisions he made to build it because he's done a great job at building it.
Yeah, he's very good at even right now, dude. He's not stopping, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That is on like this, like okay, now we have that like trailer and the thing, you know, and he has big plans for that. The street bar was one of his first plans before when the street closures started happening, you know.
Right.
Like he constantly has something like we have the upstairs remodeled, ready to go.
Really?
Events and stuff now. So it's like every time he starts one project, he finishes it, and then it's like, all right, what's next? What else can we do to bring in more money?
Yeah.
It's not just like, all right, we're good, we're making money. Like, all right, all these projects are done. He's like, all right, no, what's next? What's next? You know?
Yeah, I would say last summer is before the Aidens talked to us about this and doing podcasting with them. I think he talked to me because he knew we did the Sweaterheads thing. He was like, I gotta use this upstairs, man. If you guys want to film up here, like, I'm open to talking about it. He's very much. Mm-hmm. He's as much as I know he's working, as much as I know he's in that building, he's still keeping his eyes forward, like you said, on what else to do, what the future is, which is very rare.
What can bring in more money? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, and that's the mindset. Like, my thing is like I want to own my own bar one day too, right?
Right.
And I know nothing about kitchens, so obviously go into partnership with someone that wants to be a chef and then run a kitchen too, you know. But I always get asked like, when are you going to open your own bar? When are you going to open your own bar? I'm 31.
So much.
I don't plan on thinking about it till I'm 35. And then maybe by the time I'm 40, maybe I'm cutting a ribbon to something. And the reason for that is because I want to work in restaurants as much as I can to learn from others' mistakes or learn from others' wins. And, like, that's just kind of what it's been for me. It's, like, just a learning experience right now before I get into it. Trends are constantly changing, you know?
Right.
The guests are always making trends, you know, or picking the trends.
Right.
Flavors in and out, like, oh, what flavors are in this year, what flavors are not. And that's just kind of my thought process with that. It's like learning from Pat has been a big thing for me. So,
yeah, I mean, how old is he? He's not even
32, dude.
Yeah, is he that young?
32 or 33, yeah. He just turned.
That's awesome.
He just had a birthday, so.
32, wow. That's I like I said, I've never seen anybody here in Phoenixville take over a spot and really kill it like he did without like crazy press or like or like, oh, he was on the Top Chef show, you know, like some sort of weird like being involved in something bigger. I know people.
Yeah, he went from managing Palomas to buying it from the owners.
Yeah.
And then turned that investment and probably tripled it.
Yeah. Now, absolutely. He is absolutely. I know what he bought it for.
Yeah, I know too. Yeah.
it's some people are like, oh, that's a lot. I'm like, that's nothing for a restaurant.
No,
That's not like
me. I would have done anything to buy it at that rate. You know,
I want to say it was 94.
you're not buying the building, but you're buying like the entity. You're buying the LLC, and then you're buying
The equipment alone in there has to be.
You're buying all
has
the
to be
equipment.
more than what he bought it for.
I would say just about the same. Yeah.
You figure all the bar stuff, all the like he didn't have to do any renovations really. Like
We gotta understand, kitchen equipment only spiked after COVID.
Oh, did it?
Pricing, yeah.
When did he buy?
Paloma's was started up during COVID.
Did he own it when it was Paloma's? No, he was managing.
He ran it as Paloma's for a year after he bought it.
I think he bought it after the pandemic though.
Oh yeah, it was like he bought it like
It was like 2020,
2022
2022. Yeah, that's what I meant. So 2022. Yeah,
or 2021. Actually.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Look, my dad bought his first pizza shop in '94 for like
His first.
yeah.
You got more?
We had 3. Yeah.
Damn, okay.
So we had one on 202 and 926, which was his cash cow. Like he sold that for, I'll tell you off the record. But he bought that for like 300 something thousand in '94. He sold it for more than like 4 times that. Like, but it was a cash cow. He expanded. He took over. There was a video rental store next door. When they shut down in like '97 or '98, he took that over and then he had twice the amount of dine-in and twice the amount of prep. Like we had a back prep area and an office and a bathroom back. So like he very much made the right business decisions, but you rarely see from restaurant owners. Like I think it's like 90% of restaurants close in the first year, and then it's like 95 of those that are still open close within the second year. So it's to see somebody own a restaurant and really take it and go is super impressive because I own a marketing company. I have one client that has a pizza shop, and I'm barely keeping him on as a client. Like pizza restaurant owners rarely have a really good business sense in their mind on driving that business, and so like it's very impressive when I see somebody like that. But let's get a little bit back into what you're doing because you're still at Are you still at Boardroom?
Yeah.
So you're still at Boardroom, but you started doing the pop-ups here.
Yeah. So
tell me, was that something that they talked to you, or did you want to do that yourself? Like, how'd you kind of come up with the idea of doing pop-up bars here?
So I saw that pop-ups and speakeasies are starting to become like popular.
Right.
And like I said, like trends are always changing. Trends are coming and going, and I decided to jump on it while the pop-ups were hot.
Right.
Now I have a small space to work with and a very small budget. I'm not,
right.
I'm not doing what Philly does with like their Tinseltown or their Halloween pop-up place, but I'm still creating like it's almost like throwing a house party. It's fully decorated.
That's the thing is like your pop-ups they feel like a very well organized professional house party, but it's not somebody's house. It's like, oh, like he's renting out this. It's very like we're not at a bar. It's very relaxed, but still feels.
But there's still a bar.
It still feels professional.
Yeah. And so obviously, like creating a theme pop up for every month, it's just fun too. Like I don't know, man. I started finding out I like throwing parties or something. Like I'm really good at throwing like a theme event. And
do we confirm October 3rd? I know we talked about it.
We talked about it. I have it in my calendar, and I know I declined someone of a service because I said I had some.
So T Swift is dropping her album, and then which my girlfriend's over the moon about. But also my favorite band Thrice is releasing a concept album that day. So I'm thinking like a release day theme. Maybe not necessarily Taylor Swift. Like it's gonna be a lot of Swifties, which is fine. But we'll talk about it.
A release day. You want to bring a masseuse in or something?
Release it. But no. So you said you've really gotten in. You really have I can tell you've really like you're like, all right, this is my thing and this is cool. But
Yeah, and I really enjoy doing it. The themed pop-ups or even the cocktail workshops that generally will have a theme as well. Teaching and educating about spirits and stuff. It's very weird for me because like I didn't know so much until I started doing my research, and I'm like, yo, like if I didn't know about it, I would want to know all this like useless information.
Right. Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But, like when I do the cocktail workshops, people really enjoy it, and I always ask them like, what did you take from this? And it's nice knowing that like these little fun facts or these little things about a spirit we learned or a cocktail we learned about in its history, like they do retain some of these things and have a good time. But the cocktail workshops, the themed pop-ups, it's my way of bringing people together with an experience. And that's what I said I enjoy doing the most.
Yeah.
It's just kind of bringing people together, having a good experience. Creating cocktails is also the other part. It's like sitting there and trying to come up with like themed drink ideas. Like when I did the Harry Potter one, I was like, what do I do here? I'm looking at color changing cocktails, layered drinks.
Butterbeer.
And I did the butterbeer old fashioned, which was fun to make because I learned how to make like a butterbeer syrup for it. You know? And it's also like just nice when people come in and get mad at me for a minute because they'll be like, where's the chai vanilla old fashioned, like this and that. They're like, I wanted to have one today. And I'm like, I'm sorry, man. It's a themed event every month. So like, that's how I know I got people coming back from other events, and seeing people like actually dress up for some of these events in the middle of like July or June, and it's like, this is awesome.
Oh, people are like, why are you dressed up? I'm like, it's 95 degrees out.
People are at the bars in like their Harry Potter cloaks or their tiki like wear, and like
it makes people talk about it.
Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Pink Pony Club Night was also the crazy one because like after the pop-up event, everyone walked out with all the pink hats I had, and they all went to separate bars, of course. But like, I went to Bistro and there was like a hat just sitting on the bar, and I'm like, oh, someone was here.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
it's
just nice to see, and it's something different, Like in my head, I'm like, the town,
especially
living here for 8 years, it's like it's the same every night. Not a lot going on unless you have a show going or someone worth seeing.
It's gotten weird since PJ's closed too.
Yeah,
it's a very different. It's a different vibe. I feel like also like.
It just seems like Bistro seems a lot more packed now.
I'm 10 years older than you, and it's a lot more younger kids in town now. Yeah, it's a lot of like kids where I'm like, I might have banged your mom. Yeah, is your mom's name Carol? They don't like it when you ask if their mom's name is Carol, especially when they're drunk at Three Brothers. I learned the hard way.
Oh God!
Thankfully, I had Pastor Flott and Kevin with me, but like, no, town is very different.
But it's the same. Like
every
night, it's like, oh, I'll start at Boredom for the 10 to 12 happy hour on a Friday night. Maybe make an appearance at Gap. Stop at Bistro, and you end your night at Molly's, and it's the same thing. But it's like,
I don't, but yeah.
Hey man, why don't I start my night at this random pop-up that's happening in town?
Dude, that's what I love.
Free to attend.
Yeah.
It's just like you pay for drinks. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And I let people do whatever. Like, it's like, you want to order pizza. Like, I don't care,
I went and got
two. I order pizza.
I went and got
share with everyone.
2 pizzas for everyone. Last time I was like, I need pizza.
Yeah, and then like the Harry Potter one, we really went all out on those decorations, and like designing the room for it.
Yeah.
And which now it's like leading to the cocktail workshop I have planned. It's also Harry Potter, so I'm it was the hardest one to decorate for. So I'm like, I'm just gonna lean into that.
Yeah.
Just have the decorations up a little bit longer, and then I'll take them down again. But
I really loved the cocktail workshop you did. It was at Nick's basement, back well over a year ago.
I think that was a tequila one.
I think it was rum.
That was the first one.
It was rum.
Was it rum?
I think it was rum because you were talking about the history of like the islands and like how like a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
That was
right. It was rum. We did a rum and tequila drink in the one though. That's what it was. That's
what when you said earlier, like the facts that you were talking about the history of it was that was something I remember. I was like, oh, that's a cool little fact. Like it's like
what was
oh
the fact?
what It was it was something about like how they made rum and what they mixed it with, and I think I also interjected like that's why I've had people say that like the best rum and coke they ever had was on an island, and it's because they use the sugarcane coke, which is a rum and coke was originally made with sugarcane. That was the sugar, and everything else that you're tasting just it's not how it's supposed to taste.
I mean, Coke is still made like that in other countries.
Yeah.
We're like the only country that uses high fructose corn syrup for almost everything.
Yeah.
But you go to Mexico, and you can buy it out here.
Yeah.
You can buy Mexican Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's a lot more expensive, but yeah.
yeah.
But honestly, if you switch any of your mixed drinks to something with sugarcane, you'll feel it less of a hangover.
Yeah, it's, like I like ranch waters. That's my go-to drink.
Right.
Especially during the summer and a hot day. It's just tequila. I use Pellegrino, pinch of salt, and fresh lime juice. And just drink that. Have a good time. Wake up feeling fine the next day. I feel hydrated the entire time I'm drinking it. Yeah.
Well, tequila hits completely different. That's a completely...
It also depends on the tequila,
It very much depends on the tequila.
You want additive free all the time if you want to feel good the next day.
That's why I stopped drinking tequila at Rec Room.
Or other places, yeah. Not many places carry them, and I always have to sit there and like pull up a list and or Google they have a new tequila. Let me check.
Right. What is your favorite tequila? Let's start with doesn't matter the price. Could be I used to buy myself a bottle of scotch once a year. Mm-hmm. It was probably $100 bottle of scotch, but it was all right, this is my once a month. You pour this much and chill and watch whatever, and maybe smoke a little bit and just relax. It's what? Because I know I don't remember the name of that tequila you left here that I drank too much of. That was amazing.
What did you drink?
It was the mezcal. That was
mezcal?
Yeah. It was a mezcal in a bottle that had it kind of had those milk jar pop-up things. Yeah.
I think I still have some actually downstairs. It was Lobo Mezcal or something.
That was amazing. I was
but yeah, I just picked it up, dude. I was for price point, and I was doing my research on it. I'm says it's good. It's good. Let's try it.
$40 a bottle or something like that?
It was less than that. It was maybe 35, 37.
Yeah.
Still was a good buy for me. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But my favorite tequila to have on my shelf, and you'll see it on my shelf at home all the time, is it's called El Tesoro. Translates to the treasure. Okay. It's been as far as I know, it's been super additive free. And one of the telltale signs is that the shelves, once they run out, it's not stocked for a while, and it'll say it'll be there soon. If a tequila, one way to tell if it's additive, if it has additives, is to see how full the shelves are constantly restocked. And it's because there's an endless supply. They're mixing it with something to keep it going,
Gotcha.
But no, El Tesoro, it was one of the first when I switched over to tequila from rum, because I was a big rum drinker.
Okay.
El Tesoro was one of the first ones I tried at a tequila tasting while I worked for Bistro, and got to learn a lot about it, and I thought it was incredible. It tasted amazing. Was drinking it on the rocks, or even reposado with club sodas, also not bad.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the one bottle. It's pricey, but it's I'll buy myself one every now and then and have it in my shelf.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'll have to say El Tesoro. Also, the wheel itself, the cap, is a replica of the wheel they used to crush the agave.
Really?
During distilling, and it's made from retired wheels.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now you might find some that have plastic on them, and it's dude, you retire one wheel, you're only gonna have a certain amount of bottles that are gonna have the cap on it.
Right.
You can tell when it's a real one because it's heavy and dense, and then you can tell when it's just the plastic one.
That's cool.
It's an obvious one, but
right.
Doesn't mean it's a fake bottle. It just means they only have so much of that stuff to go around.
Sure.
And you could also I throw after I'm done with a bottle, I throw it in the freezer, the cap.
Really?
You can use it as something to cool your drink down. It's pretty cool.
Is it made of metal?
No, it's like the stone that's
Oh, it's
crushing
stone.
the
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
stone. Okay. Okay. So with Boozy Mixology, you're doing these pop-ups, but you said people hire you for weddings, private parties.
Yeah.
What you have any crazy stories that you've done for a private party? Anything interesting?
Oh yeah, and like this might actually hit close to home with people that work private events, whether you're a photographer, a caterer, or anything. But it was just like, when you quote someone, they tell you like, "Oh, we have 75 people coming." So like that's what you bring too. Like you're
Right.
asking these questions because it's like you got to know how much stuff to make
Right.
and to bring, and because I offer services where you can pay, it's like a by person per hour or per person per hour deal, and it's like I'm bringing all the cups, I'm bringing all the mixers you need, especially with like the 2 catered custom drinks you want. Like it's a whole thing, a breakdown. Like this
Sure.
is done in a meeting.
Yeah, you're asking
and
those
it's
questions.
like-
It's the same thing when I do a quote for people like, how much does it cost for you to do a website? I'm like, I've got 20 questions for you before I can. Yeah. Like, well, you can't just give me a quote. I'm like, no.
But these people were like, obviously in a rush. It was like the wedding was in a month and a half, and they said the other one dropped out. Now I'm probably seeing why. I guess I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
But they were like, yeah, we have like 100 people come in, and we want a tequila drink and a rum drink, and then we want to have everything else available, And they wanted me to supply everything. They're like, yeah, you bring everything. I gave them the quote at what it was, right? I get there, dude. There's 300 people here. And I was like, yo, I stopped. Like, I stopped setting up, and I'm like, I went and found, I don't do this typically, but it was
Right.
the bride that, like, set this up with me. And I went to her, and I'm like, I know you're getting ready for this stuff, but I'm like, there's 300 people here. We talked about 100. And I'm like, and I told her, I was like, I brought stuff for 100 people. Not really. I brought, like, I always do a little more.
Yeah.
To have it regardless. And she's like, well, it's just, I didn't know, like, I invited 300, but only 100 confirmed, and this and that. And I'm like, no. I'm like, there's 300 people here. You got to pay for 300.
Yeah.
And she did, but it was like, now I had my cousin have to go out and, like, hey, man, like, source what you can.
Yeah.
Like, and we're in Reading, I'm living here in Phoenixville at the time.
Right. So you can't just go and be like, hey, Pat, I need 10
I
balls.
wasn't even working for Pat.
Oh, you weren't?
at the
Gotcha,
time, dude. I think
gotcha.
I was still at the sound bank. But no, yeah. So my cousin had to drive all the way to Phoenixville to where I have like extra shit stored.
Right.
And then he called me while I'm still setting up and batching some of the drinks. And he's like, yo, this is what you have. This is what I can bring. Where do you want me to go? So now I'm like, you're gonna have to stop at the restaurant store. Hopefully they're still open. They weren't.
Yeah, they have really limited hours. Kevin has his fudge businesses. So like I've been there with him. Like they're only open until like 5.
Yeah.
I was shocked. They're only open. It's a restaurant store where restaurants get supplies, and they close at 5.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
So I'm like, all right. I was like, dude, like, I don't know, man. Go to Redner's, go to Walmart, go to Giant. Like, just start looking for these ingredients,
Yeah.
Like, see what you can. And which kind of sucks because, like, all this traveling and stuff is part of the quote. But at this point, like, I just charged her for 300 people per hour or whatever. And
That's a big wedding. 3.
and I told her, I need to get, like, she's like, okay, I'll write you a check later. I'm like, nope, you're doing this now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, we're not playing this game.
I'm not stopping the wedding and you leaving to get a check.
I'm like, I need to get paid before I can continue going, or you're stuck without a bar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm keeping that deposit, like, because I do charge like it's like a 35% deposit to basically book me. It's like to like confirm that I will be there that day,
Right.
and have your event.
Skin in the teeth. Yeah.
And if you cancel or something, I get to keep that 35%.
Right.
But the rest of it has to get paid the week of the event, because I'm not chasing you down on your wedding day for
Right.
the rest of the money,
Right.
So, like, that's how I function. But, like, yeah, if you cancel, like, all right, I'm keeping 35% regardless.
Right.
But I was right. I was like, dude, no. It was crazy. That was, like, the craziest thing for me there. The other one was I did work a 300-person quinceañera.
Wow.
But that was a part of the quote and everything. Like, I knew what I was walking into. It felt like 400, but quinceañera is a quinceañera, and when you find wind of a party, us Mexicans like to go to one.
Yeah, they do.
You'll just go to one, you know? And
Hell, I'll go.
they didn't hire security either.
Really?
So, like, some of these people were getting drinks for some of the underage crowds, dude. And once these kids built this courage and were drunk, would come up and, like, try to order drinks.
Fuck.
And I'm like, let me see your ID. Like, I haven't seen you. He's like, dude, you've been serving me all night. I'm like, no, I would know.
Yeah.
He's like, there's like 400 people here. How do you know? And I'm like, dude, I would know. Like, if it's not a problem, like if it's really not a problem, dude, like show me the ID, right?
You know from the questions or the retorts they have, you're like, you're not old enough to.
Yeah, and he walks out, and his friends are kind of like, they're literally just kind of looking at him, like, is he gonna pull this off? Is he gonna pull this off? Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, dude, it's not happening.
The one kid that kind of looks like he's 21.
And he's like, oh fuck you, man, I'm gonna like, whatever. They walk out, and then one guy comes in here and tries to order like 6 drinks, and I'm like, sorry, man, 1 drink per customer. And I know what you're doing,
Yeah.
Didn't want to call him out, but I'm like, sorry, 1 drink per customer. And so he comes back each time, gets 1 at a time, and I'm like, I know what's happening, but I like can't really step away from the bar.
Right.
Like, he's getting back in line each time.
Right.
And I'm like, what are they paying you money to do this? Like, it would
Right.
not be worth it, And then later I find out this kid fucking threw up.
It's his mom's
He's
problem
like
now.
throwing up all over the place where he was standing, and he's just like leaning there like he's on fentanyl and stuff. Like, he's just like throwing up. And I have proof because there's cameras in the place. I'm like, I didn't serve him at all. And they just, So I didn't get in trouble for it, but
Right.
it's one of those things like we're licensed for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have our ramp certifications. And we know who we can and can't serve. We are carding people at all weddings. So if you're going to a wedding, have your ID on you all the time. Like, that's the one thing, like, I don't understand is, like, if there's a bar, just because it's your mom's wedding or something, like, you're going to get carded, dude.
Unless you're old enough to hit on the grandmother. Bring your license.
Yeah, like, you got to bring it. Like, have it on you. Don't, like, oh, I left my wallet in the car. And I'm like, that's too bad, dude. Go get it or don't drink.
Yeah.
And bars in Pennsylvania, legally, it's like, it's 1 drink per person.
Yep.
No shots. You can't do straight liquor shots.
Right.
So, like, some of us do really follow those rules,
What do people do? Like a shot with like lime juice in it to get away with it? Or?
Yeah, it'll be like, I think even just, I have to look this up again, but I think you can get away with just an ice cube.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like, I think an ice cube just counts, like, because you can get something on the rocks.
Yeah.
I do shots.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, like, when people come up, like, we need 10 tequila shots. And I'm like, just so you know.
I don't really do shots anymore. We did for Brenna's, like, her year memorial.
Mm-hmm.
Did like twice. They did like 3. They did it like 3 times that week. I'm like, I did twice already. I'm good. But like Jameson, that's a cheap whiskey to me now. Like,
It really is, though. Isn't it?
It doesn't taste good to me anymore.
No.
I feel like
Not a whiskey guy.
I feel like 20 years ago that it was a little bit more of like a mid-shelf whiskey. It doesn't. I don't know whether it's because I'm older. It just doesn't. It doesn't taste as good to me anymore. I'm like, Bluebirds is delicious. Like, it's around the same price for.
Yeah, well, they fancy in whiskey, so.
Yeah, but yeah,
Their
I don't
tequila.
see. I haven't.
Sorry, their agave spirit.
You don't like the tequila?
No, man.
All right. I'm there. I have the manager of Creed coming on this next week. He just got off tour. Mm-hmm. They just did their second tour together. So Bluebird's going to be endorsing that one. So I'll be getting some bottles. I told him I was interested in the tequila. Should I not get a bottle of tequila?
Get it, dude. You might like it.
I might like it. All right.
It just had like a weird I want to say smell and aftertaste to it, and I think it was just
Somebody said the same about the gin. It's because they make it differently. They distill it like, I think she said it tastes like, it reminded her of like vodka because of the way they distill it or something like that.
I'll tell you what though, when I always do the hand test where you put a little on your hands.
Really?
If your hands don't end up sticky, it should be good.
Really?
So that's why I thought it was gonna be good, because they didn't get sticky.
Really?
I tried them and I'm like, yo, what the? I was like, nah.
Is it a good mixing or you didn't like it straight?
I was sampling it straight, yeah.
Gotcha.
Because when I go to Bluebird, the only drink I get is that Firebird drink. It's that vodka habanero infused with lemon juice.
Ooh, they have so many good drinks.
I love that drink, man. I will drink a bottle of that.
I think I did way too many slushies during the pandemic from there. The gin and tonic slushie they have.
Yeah.
We were on the river yesterday. I was floating with Brendan and Emily works there. And I was like, that G&T slush, she's like, it's so good. I'm like, it's dangerous. She's like, yeah. I've seen so many people. She's like, I've seen people do like 3 of them. And she's like, they're hammered by the second one. Like, they shouldn't have had the second one. It's just their stuff when it's mixed right. Like, like when you mix it right, you're like, how much is in this?
Yeah.
It's like you can't tell sometimes.
My margaritas in a rocks glass are 3 ounces of liquor, and somehow they don't taste like that.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I really like that pina colada drink you did. Out of that little thing in front of Boardroom, the trailer.
Oh, my frozen drink?
Yeah.
It's the nice thing about having an Oasis machine is that you're not tied down to like one slushy drink that you're just dispensing. Like you have these 2 blenders, you can make whatever drink you really want.
Nice.
And that's kind of why that worked out. And I think that's what Pat wanted to do, but he got the slushy dispenser drinks, so he's limited to 2 drinks.
Gotcha.
And when people come up, always they're like, no pina coladas, no margaritas, like what? And it's like, yeah, no, this is what they have.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're not every week doing that trailer? Like,
no,
I
work wherever they put me.
Gotcha.
Lately it's been the street bar. I don't know why, but I like it. I enjoy it.
I just walk by and harass you no matter who's in the line. I was yelling, look at that daddy making those drinks, and everybody in the line's like, what
the heck?
Yeah. Well, one was somebody we knew, and I ignored her.
Yeah, but I work wherever they put me, really. Like today, I'm serving.
You're serving? You're a server?
Yep. Serving tables today. But it's because, like, we're at that period where all the college kids go back to school. So a lot of them are servers.
Right.
So, like, now we're, like, pulling bartenders to serve, servers to back serve.
Right.
Like, it's insane.
I really like the shorts you've been doing with, what's her name?
Kate.
With Kate.
Yeah.
The take the trash out, and then the where you ordered the drink with all the tahini and she had all over her face. Yeah. Those are really good, man. That's some quality content.
We're trying.
Keep making those. Those are perfect.
We don't always work together, but when we do, we try to like, all right, what are we doing today? Like,
right.
Pick one thing, roll with it.
Hell yeah. You have any like big events coming up in the next couple of months you want to I'd like to get this episode out before October 3rd, so.
Well, so I recently started, on top of doing cocktail workshops that are themed and my pop-up events, I also do an additional pop-up event with a local historian, Ryan Conroy.
Love Ryan, yeah.
And basically it's like he'll pick a topic. Like the first one we ever had was just about all the bars that we ever had in Phoenixville. That we currently have, and like all the old buildings that are still standing that used to be bars.
That was really cool because it was a history on.
Yeah.
It was not only a Phoenixville history, but it kind of talked about how bar culture has been a part of like American culture forever, and about how like the reason it was like all the taverns, it's people traveling, going away from Philly or going across the United States, and they would stop here and overnight and drink. It was kind of like something I never thought I'm like, okay, that would make sense if you're in a wagon or a car that only goes 20 miles an hour.
Which is crazy for me to find out that like you look at Phoenix right now and you're like, wow, it's just a street full of bars and breweries, right? And when I like was working this event, obviously I was slinging drinks for this event. Ryan Conroy, like I stepped back and caught a bit of it, and he was like, yeah, the amount of bars that we had like he had a map and like this was bar, 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 bar. Buildings were conjoined were bars, like, and he's like, the amount of bars that Phoenixville has today is like not even a fraction of what we had back then.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you serious right now?
Yeah. I think I might have him on and somehow do his presentation while we're talking. Like maybe I'll just have it like in the middle of the screen, because I thought I found it. Everyone found it super interesting. I mean, it was like what, like a 30, 40 minute. It was
He does like 30, 40 minute talks, and every
it was
hour.
a long presentation, but it was like it was super interesting the whole time.
I'll do like 3 in that night, and while I'm making the drinks for the night, it's pretty cool. It's just kind of nice to hang out, and it's like, again, get away from the norm, your normal routine of coming out into town, and learn something. And like it's interesting. It's always fun to learn. Like the second one we had was about just the steel manufacturing company that used to like run across here.
Yeah,
and then this building that we're in now was like the house of like the owner.
That steel company is the reason why this town is here. Like, and people don't realize how much traffic went in and out, not on the main strip, but like basically right back here.
Dude, our Bridge Street used to be a railroad track.
Yeah. It's crazy what this town looked like 100 years ago, let alone 200. Yeah,
but this next one we have, so the historian nights are like every other month.
Right.
I'm gonna do a second one in October with them to talk about haunting stories that exist in Phoenixville, and then maybe do like a tour. But I'm thinking of just doing haunting stories in Phoenixville because again, his presentations, like, they keep you captivated for 45 minutes. You're sitting there just kind of like.
Yeah, I do. I
looking at pictures,
I like to, when these events are going on, I sometimes like to just go over there with my drink and watch the people watching him, because it's not a short presentation, and everybody's just like hooked in. Mm-hmm. He does a great job with these presentations.
Great pictures. He has a lot of pictures, and I'm sure he puts a lot of work into like putting the slideshows together. Because this next one we have is with the Sundance Kid.
Yeah,
he lived in like
Montclair
and Phoenix.
Yep, I know what house. Yeah,
it was funny enough. Like
Jacob
he sent me like this little prompt on him, and I read it, and like love this video game. I'm sure a lot of people other do. It's called Red Dead Redemption 2.
I played it. Yeah,
and the first one too is a good one, but like. In there's the Pinkertons agency that are after them, and like I thought that was just for the video game, dude. That shows how uninformed I am. But no, like I was reading this article he showed me about the Sundance Kid, and he's like, he was like #1 wanted by the Pinkerton agency, and I'm like, what is happening?
They were real.
They were real.
That's cool.
I guess that was like back then's like FBI or CIA.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But it was interesting, and I'm excited to also like pop in there every now and then and catch glimpses of who this guy was and what either drove him away from Phoenixville, what brought him back. I don't know.
Right. He, from what I heard, I think he died here. I think he can't. I think it was very like mysterious because he was trying to lay low, like he was involved in something and came back here. But yeah, there's a lot of history on him, and it's like, I mean, he lived, I want to say like 10, 15 houses down from Lock 29, like on that side of the street.
Could you imagine what the houses even looked like back then too?
Probably very stripped down, very like farmhouse, like very basic. Probably an outhouse. They probably didn't have indoor plumbing. Indoor plumbing really wasn't a big thing until probably like World War II, I'm gonna guess. Like,
I don't know.
I want to say like 1920s, 30s is when indoor plumbing became like and that's in the cities. Mm-hmm. Like, I joke about whenever I meet somebody from like West Virginia, I'm like, "Are you enjoying our indoor plumbing here?" And they're like, "What?" I'm like, did you see your first black person too? Like,
Oh, jeez.
so I hammer in on those. The West Virginia people that they have nothing to say. They're just like, yeah, West Virginia sucks.
Isn't there an island in West Virginia that still lives like it's, I don't know, like old times? They have like an old British dialect still. There's only like 300
Virginia?
people. It's West Virginia, I think. It's an island.
Island? Island where? What? They don't really have water there. Are you thinking about Virginia?
Might just be regular Virginia. I don't know.
I know there's
One
like
of the Virginias.
I know there is a who was it? It was like Shane Gillis talked about. Yeah, it was Shane Gillis where he talked. It was during the pandemic. He went to like it's like a village where everybody lit like the black people that work there are like they're pretending to be slaves because it's like the 1700s there. And they said they thought he was mentally like he had Down syndrome because Shane Gillis.
Didn't he say that was here in Valley Forge?
No. It's in Virginia. I forget what town it is.
No, because he said it was like George Washington's plantation.
Right, which was in, like somewhere down in Virginia. I don't know.
Here somewhere.
I think it was Virginia. I could be wrong. I don't know. He said it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man. You go to like Gettysburg sometimes when they have like the Civil War reenactment. I'm like, there's a lot of guys that are into that, and I'm like,
they don't do slaves though, right?
No, I don't.
It'd be funny if you just like showed up, like someone showed up and just like shackles.
See, that's got to be a weird thing though. During so like, slaves could fight for the North.
Mm-hmm.
So there were people that were like had been freed and were fighting for their freedom. But then there probably were
cut off slavery.
But there probably were slaves in the South that were like at least working behind the scenes of the war. Yeah. Like, so who knows? They might have been forced to fight. I don't. That'd probably be a Ryan Conroy question. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much he covers on Civil War, but
some of it happened up here, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, there were. I know where my family's first pizza shop was, 202 and 926. I know there's a battlefield going down Route 1, Brandywine, Battle of the Brandywine. But the Battle of the Brandywine not only happened there at the Brandywine, but some of it did, like the field across 202.
Well, I remember you said Phoenixville was big Underground Railroad route.
It was, yeah.
You said like, what is it?
Pickering Creek had a something underneath.
Pickering Creek and that mansion on Star Street.
Did it?
The mansion on Star Street apparently operated as like a safe haven, and then they would help them cross the Schuylkill.
Really?
But like sometimes traps would be set up right by there too, or something.
Really? Yeah. That's cool. I'd love to have him on and talk about that.
Yeah. So I think that was one of the options was to talk about the Underground Railroad or Sundance Kid, and I was like, I think we can save the Underground Railroad run for another month.
You should say for Black History Month, like February.
That would be it, essentially.
I would like to do an episode. Yeah. Maybe we do a co-episode where we have him on and we talk about the pop-ups and and him do the presentation because,
we'll have the pop-up before you even release that episode. Yeah. It would work out. Yeah.
Well, even if we release the episode, not everybody's watching it.
He has a select crowd to come.
We're not the Lore Lodge. I don't have 700,000 followers.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Everybody asks me about this. I'm like, the Lore Lodge, and they're like, "Oh, what is that?" I'm like, "It's they do it full time. Full time, they're gonna have 1 million followers in a year."
Yeah,
and they're like, "What?" Oh, it's a big boy podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The big dogs.
I'm working on getting my podcast back up and running after taking a big hiatus.
That's kind of why I wanted to do this. Was that kind of help you get yours going?
I don't know what to do with all this, and then the editing part. That's like Meredith says she went to film school and she's gonna be like my co-host with that. So
is she?
Yeah.
Cool. I was gonna ask it when we were talking about Bistro. I love Meredith.
Yeah.
She's been doing all the my buddy Luke O'Brien he does all Sly Fox's content. He's a videographer. He's an amazing musician. Mm-hmm. He owns the Not Pizza drinks. So that's him and a partner. I'm gonna have him on this show, but I think they started doing bistro stuff, and I know they started doing gaps. If you start seeing like some of the commercials that are being done in town, they almost look like viral TikTok videos. That's Luke O'Brien. He's
Nice, man.
brilliant with what he does.
We had him at the Sound Bank once. He sold out the place.
Oh, dude, he's an amazing musician. He was in early 2000s. I met him. He was in a band in Philly. I think he went to Temple or something like that. And it was like, I want to say rap rock, but not like Limp Bizkit.
Yeah,
And
it was like funk. Yeah, it was like funk.
his stuff is like very he's a really good singer too. So he does almost like Justin Timberlake, but he also raps and like he's an amazing artist in so many ways. But
I remember having him on at the Sound Bank and sold out the place, and people were like just dying to get in there after we sold out. I'm like, people walk out, you can come in. Like,
yeah, really good dude. He's been around. I don't know how long he's been in Phoenixville for now. I can't wait to ask
I
him.
remember it was like his comeback. The show he played, it was like his coming back to Phoenixville
Yeah,
show or something.
yeah, because he lived in Philly. I think him and his wife bought a house here in Phoenixville. He has 2 kids now, but I want to say that was probably around the pandemic time or something. Like within the last 5 or 6 years, he got married. Really good guy, really good business, really good musician. Like I can't say enough good things about Luke O'Brien. Everything he does is magic. So if you ever get a chance to do any sort of video work with him for anybody you work for, do it. He's brilliant. He's really good. I can't wait to have. I'm supposed to have him and the partner from Not Pizza on. So that's what, I don't know if you've tried their stuff.
I think I've had their stuff at your show actually, because they had
When we played at the Water Tower at
I think they had it there.
Arnold's Family Fun Center. That's how they should have branded that place, as the Water Tower at.
Yeah, I had so many questions. I'm like, where am I going?
All my friends were like, "Where's this?" I'm like, "Arnold's," and they're like, "Oh, it's Arnold's." I'm like, "Yeah, they should." I'm like, everyone was so confused. They're like, "What's the Water Tower?" Which it makes sense when you're like there, because the Water Tower's. But it's literally an addition to Arnold's Family Fun Center. It is like $100,000 sound system they have, and that's a legit.
Nice.
That's a legit venue for. I mean, I think they just had like. They've had some bigger people there, like not huge, but like I think Spoon or something. Like somebody had a hit in the early 2000s. Like Sponge played there, which they've had like a couple hits.
Okay.
But like it's a legit venue. I could see them maybe bringing an investor and starting an actual venue there. That'd be a good, like maybe not right in that spot, but like in that conglomerate of buildings.
So I think they could do better with like it was just so narrow,
Yeah.
Open it up a bit more. It was so congested.
That's the thing.
I still enjoyed myself there.
Great sound, but it's not. It doesn't feel like a venue because there's bowling alleys on both sides. And also, like while we're
no soundproofing.
no soundproofing at all. I remember while we were playing, like literally, there was like a dip in between the singing and the music, and I heard a. I kind of laughed. I didn't get mad, but I was like, "Oh yeah, we're in a bowling alley."
Yep.
But it is a cool venue.
Yeah.
It's good for what it is. It's the tickets are like $15. Not.
Yeah, no, it was a good time, and I got free drinks for a bit. I didn't know why, but it was because I was going to the other bar because they had more options there.
Yeah.
I thought I was with the birthday party.
Oh, the big party in the front. Yeah.
Just like kept going, and then it wasn't until like you're with that party, right? And I'm like the over there, and I was just pointed toward the music venue, and she was like, "Yeah," and I'm like. Yeah, I didn't realize it was a party. She's like, "Oh, okay," and like rung it or whatever.
Right.
So I was like, "What the hell?"
Dude, there's
like 2 drinks, 3 drinks, I don't know, for free, and then I realized I saw on the other side, like behind you was a birthday party.
Right.
Like literally in the same room, just like it was just like you pass this for the band, and then you go this way for the party.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they got the same bracelet on as me.
That's the thing is like. you could be at a party there and still listen and hear the band just as good from that side of the bar. It's not quite a venue, but it'll do. But it is like, yeah, if you want to see a band, you could just go and sit at the other side of the bar and drink. Like
That's what people were doing. Also,
yeah, a lot of people. Yeah,
they were just sitting there and they're like, "This band's cool," and I'm like,
yeah. I remember playing.
While we're on the other side, like, why don't you pay money, man?
yeah. It should go right after we played. It should have been like, hey, do you like what you heard? Come on, man. Venmo. Yeah. Buy a shirt. Buy a CD. I know you got a CD player somewhere. That's another funny thing. Is like how quickly everybody's like, yeah, I don't have a tape player, but like, how many people have CD players now?
I don't know.
Does your car have one?
I don't think it does.
Yeah, I have a 2014. I have one, but I think
I have a 2018.
I feel like by 2016 they were cutting them out.
Yeah, I don't think I have one on mine.
Yeah, I know. I saw Chance the Rapper just came out with a CD. He's a completely as big as he is. He's a completely independent artist. But the way that you get it is you buy the CD and then you like tap with your phone, and it brings everything onto your phone.
What's stopping you from just tapping it while it's on the shelf?
I have no idea. No clue.
I was like, do you have to activate it or something?
I just saw him do a video, and it's like, how do you get the CD? You can't get it online. You have to order it, and then, yeah.
What about Spotify?
I don't think all of his stuff is on Spotify or iTunes. Like he is a complete he won a Grammy like 2 years ago. He's not on if he's on a record label, it's his own little label.
Yeah.
Like
dope.
That's impressive.
Better to control your money in music. I think Taylor Swift also owns her music now.
So when you said you found it interesting, and when you were reading stuff on Rum and the history, I didn't want to interject, but with Off the Record, I've done started doing some live stuff, and I was kind of just throwing it into the wind. I did one on Taylor. It was Taylor versus Spotify, and I honestly I listen to Taylor stuff, not like a Swiftie. I'm okay, her live stuff, the stripped down sessions where it's a little bit more instrumental and not overproduced. But what she's achieved as a music recording artist, it is historical. She bought all the rights to her stuff 2 years ago, or so. But it was her. She grossed $1 billion on the Era Tour. She made $1 billion. Again, she's also a lot of guys talk shit about Taylor Swift. She's doing 3.5 hours of a performance, not just playing music, costume change, dancing. She's in amazing shape. Imagine running around for 3.5 hours. Also singing, physically singing, playing guitar. She's amazing. I know the Swifties they over dramatize everything. I get why you don't like them, but as a business owner, and doing research, reading on her battle with Spotify, taking her music down, she changed everything for musicians from a historical point, business wise. And showed hey, you need to be careful what you sign. They owned her music videos that she paid for, that she directed, she paid for. So it was very cool seeing her on the New Heights podcast. I'm going to do an article on this because you got to see. My girlfriend said that she's I've never watched her talk this long. She had never done an interview for
a podcast with Jason Kelsey's brother. Right?
Jason Kelsey and she's married. She's now. I think they got engaged
What's
that.
His name?
Travis.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think they got engaged that day, but didn't announce it for 2 weeks. But that was a historical moment. She'd never done a podcast. She talked about the emotional roller coaster and how hard she worked business wise to buy her music back, and it took 3 different negotiations. I think the first company that owned it, before they sold it to somebody else and not her, they didn't want to talk to her. But the second or third one did. They did a meeting. It was her sister and her brother went and was listen, this is her life's work. We understand it's going to be expensive, but she's been saving up money. Like, so like it was really cool to watch this story about a little girl from Reading who is what?
Why missing?
Why I'm missing? Yeah, everybody says Reading, but yeah, why I miss? It's like when people say you're from Philly, Westchester. Yeah, but she grossed over $1 billion. Like her dad's also a very smart businessman. So like she controls all of her. So it's really interesting from a business perspective. If you're a business owner, just read on what Taylor Swift has done. It's mind blowing.
Yeah,
it really is. Like you don't see a lot of people accomplish that much. And she's young. She's like 34, 35. Like,
Has anyone else ever bought their own music back? Didn't Michael Jackson buy like Eminem's music or something?
No, Michael Jackson bought the Beatles.
The Beatles, okay.
And Paul McCartney, so it was like the 80s, kind of started mentoring him. Because all right, so it's the 80s. Michael Jackson bought the skeleton of I think it was like a monkey that was really deformed or something. He had money. And he was just like, yeah, I'll buy that for my zoo at my house. Like he was just bought giraffes. He bought monkeys. He bought he was just buying stuff. And I think it was Paul McCartney was like, you should invest your money. It could disappear. Like he goes, I'm in the Beatles and he's like, yeah, I make money, but I've had to invest it to keep it. Mm-hmm. And he goes, for instance, I'm going to buy the Beatles catalog is coming up for sale. And he goes, I've got money put away to buy it. Michael Jackson bought it out from underneath him. Yeah. They did a music video together and a song together, and then they were not friends. Jeez. Yeah. So, yeah. It's usually people like the Beatles. I think Paul McCartney maybe now owns this stuff. The Rolling Stones might own their stuff. Maybe not all of it. Because, again, you've got to, you're brokering a deal. Think of it kind of like, I hear about mortgages being bought up by different banks. And, it's almost like that. It's not as complicated, but these companies will at some point be like, all right, this music's worth a ton of money. We're going to sell it off for $300 million, depending on who it is. So, it's a huge lump of sum, but at the same time, Taylor Swift can now leave that to her kids. Mm-hmm. So now it's literally an investment. It makes money. So the fact that she was able to buy it, she might be she's definitely probably the youngest artist by far. If there are people that own, there probably aren't many artists that own music that's worth that much money. Mm-hmm. But if they do, there's not a lot. So yeah, it is very cool from a business point of view to watch that and read about it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you talk about this, right, with your off the record?
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, I'm really focusing on, you didn't grow up in the Christian music industry, but there's a band called DC Talk and a band called the Newsboys. Well, Newsboys are from Australia. They were both 90s, early 2000s, the biggest Christian bands around. I saw DC Talk play at least 4 times, Newsboys 3 times. They played at all the Christian festivals. Mm-hmm. They were the big headliners.
You were a big religious guy back
then. I was really into Christian music, and DC Talk was a 3-piece, and the one dude, Michael Tate, he just got called out for sexually assaulting dudes. So not only Christian music, but now it's oh, he's gay and he's sexually assaulting people. And then he's like, yeah, I have an alcohol and cocaine problem. Bro, these bands were you have to be a good Christian boy. They were the part of the youth groups were
leading by example.
Yeah, look at these guys. They're living the life God wants you to live. And now you're yo, Michael touches dudes while he's on cocaine and booze. It's for me, it's very I'm not a huge fan of their music, but now it's oh shit, things are going down and not a lot of people are covering it. My video is getting 40, 50 views a day right now. Oh. I did a week ago. So it's not a lot, but it's I think I'm going to be the number one source of news for this, because somebody on Facebook was People Magazine and you are covering it.
Dang.
Yeah. And when I say people, they did like one article. So Haley Williams from Paramore is talking about it because she grew up listening to Christian music, and she's like, F you and F everybody that kept this from coming out. Because it's like 20 years of, I mean, we live in Phoenixville. We have an emo DJ here that got called out for 20 years of sexual assault. And but it's sad that it takes that long, that many victims, people whose lives were possibly ruined, let alone like definitely messed up. So, but yeah, it's just figuring out what to cover, what to talk about is what you got to do with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Just sometimes it just takes like you got to throw stuff at the wall, see what works.
Handed on you, yeah. Or it gets handed to you, you know.
Or yeah, or you just like, okay, I heard about it and I did a news thing and like that got like 100 views for a live thing and I was like, oh wow, okay, they were telling me to do more live stuff. I'm like, I'm not really getting the views. Now it's like at 700 something for the new article I did. I like really battened down and did a real like news article about it. So, how you doing, Daddy? Hey. That's all right. We got Daddy PJ just stopped in to say hi. But let's do a little shh. Hey, let's do a little wrap up. So tell us what you're looking for possible business in the future. Where you possibly see the company going. Like, give me a little like what you would like to see your business do in the next year, and maybe like some clients out there that might be watching.
Yeah, make money.
Make money. It's always a good. That's always a good thing.
No,
he got three. This guy's got 3 kids now. So
I think I really just want to the pop-ups, the workshops. Really want them to just kind of like be consistent and steady.
Sure.
I haven't actually been doing a lot of private events.
Have you?
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't. Okay.
You know, I got called for them, but like they always fall now when I have like a scheduled something. You know,
sure.
When I schedule something, so I'm like, dang, like, and a lot of people are calling me last minute. I'm like, you can't call me 3 weeks or.
Everybody thinks everything is Amazon now.
Yeah.
Everyone, yeah.
I need 3 months to like. Of like a heads up of like, this is when my wedding is, can you do it? And I'm like, oh, most likely yes, but like you're giving me a month and a half, I'm like, that's a little last minute for me.
Yeah,
you know, because I already have like my life figured out, you know, for the next month and a half.
Yeah.
And you know, like my work schedule's out in a whole month.
Sure. Yeah,
it has to come well in advance. Other things, you know, 3 kids, their events, not missing the soccer game, you know, like I'm going to do everything I can, but I want the pop-ups they're doing well, and I want them to consistently be doing well. You know, it's like my step into owning a bar because I'm setting this thing up.
Right.
It's almost like every pop-up I do is almost like opening a new I want to say it's like opening a new bar every time because it's like, okay, I have to get these ingredients for it. So then I'm going, filling bottles.
Like opening day every time.
Yep. And it's only for one night.
Yep.
And then it's putting up decorations and setting things up. And then, I don't know, it just feels like an opening night. And then, it's also closing night.
Right.
So that's a once a month. I really want to start pushing that to be maybe like a Friday, Saturday thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want workshops to also be 2 days. Like if I can book out one and it's like people still want to do the other one, have a second day of that. The workshops are, you know, more for people that do just want to look for something to do where they learn something. And it's not just making a cocktail. I'm not just showing you how to make this cocktail. I'm giving you a rundown of its brief history. Or if it's something that I put together, I'm going to give you the history of where the riff came from or something.
Right.
And we're learning about spirits, too. You were at the one. We learned about how rum
they're awesome.
came to be, you know, and what were we making? Mojitos and something else.
Yeah.
And you learned how rum came to be. And
make sure you Uber to the event. That's all. That's my tip.
So I went from 3 cocktails to just 2.
Oh, just 2?
Yeah.
All right.
Because of that. Like, people were like, I can't finish these drinks if I plan on getting them.
Yeah.
So I went down to just 2 drinks with a welcome drink if you wanted to socialize with it. But, yeah, so essentially you're having, like, 4 drinks. And then if you would have more, because, like, sometimes you'd have ingredients left over, and I would give you, like, hey, experiment, make something up.
Right.
Ingredients you have in front of you if you want, or drink the rest. I don't care,
Right.
I wanted them empty before I washed everything out anyways.
Right.
And then...
Now you've done, like, private workshops like that for people?
Yeah, some people have, like, wanted to...
At their house?
Do private workshops.
Okay.
Yeah, like, they would have, like, hey, I want to have 10 friends over. Can you build this workshop out? This is what we want to do. It's fully customizable to how you want it, but, could be, like, a nice little 2-hour thing to do with your friends.
Or it could be a
Good,
business, like you see a lot of these big corporations, they do like team building events. It'd be a good team building event. Learn how to make that old fashioned for at home or whatever the twist is that you want.
Exactly. Like, it's just, you're learning something, and sometimes, like, some of these themed workshops also include, like, a trivia round in between the drinks.
Right.
Try to make them very interactive and consistently keep them going. Like, it's not just like, all right, this is how you make this, and we're done. Drink it. I'll talk to you in 15 minutes when you finish your drink,
Right.
It's like, while you're drinking, we're going to go ahead and do this round of trivia, and we'll continue to, like, ask questions. Like,
Right.
It's like, hey, I didn't quite get what you said about the rum, or I didn't quite get what you said about this,
Right.
Or other people have interesting questions all the time, too, that I didn't even think to cover.
Right.
It's like, okay, I'll have that ready next time.
Hell yeah.
Private events wise, the season for it, I mean, I sometimes get last minute inquiries, like in October, too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, and it's like, it's insane because in October I have literally 4 events already planned.
I feel like
as public events,
Yeah, I feel like the fall, like mid-July, like end of June, July is always just like there's something every weekend. And then once September's open, October, November, every weekend for the 2 months, there's something going on.
I took a break on August, man. Like, decided once August came around, kids are starting school, I was like, I'm not doing any events on August.
Sure.
I did one on it was the first Friday. And that was it.
That's also a weird month to do. I don't book shows for us because, like, everyone's on vacation that last week of July into mid to the 20th of August, depending on whether they have kids or not. So, like, it's very much that's when restaurants will shut down and go on vacation because it's the slowest month.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we work 100 hours a week. So, like, yeah, August is very much it's a wash business wise for me. Yeah.
But other than that, if you want to stay in touch about these events or, find out when they are, my Instagram handle is CVL_Boozy_Mixologist. Or my Facebook page is The Better Way to RSVP for an Event. That's like the CVL Boozy Mixology as well. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is the second episode of Redbeard Talk. And we've had my buddy Celso on. Thanks for
already
coming.
5 minutes late to work. So
5 minutes late to work. Let's get a drink. Thanks
Thank you
again, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.